Hi there. We've got another question in the Q&A series. The second one is a question from Sue Story, who says, sorry, my hair is in a terrible old mess. This is the lockdown 2 effect. Sue Story wants to know if I could be reincarnated as any non-living artist, who would it be and why? Well, I've been thinking about this. It's a sort of funny question because it assumes that one might want to be someone else, and I don't. I'm taking it as an invitation to step into someone else's shoes. So I have gone for an artist whose work I certainly wouldn't want to have to try and replicate. I've gone for an artist called Isaac Oliver, who was a miniaturist, one of the great English miniaturists, along with Nicholas Hilliard, probably the best of them all. And the reason I've chosen him, I have to say, is simply because of his dates, because Isaac Oliver was born in 1568, and I think he lived till something like 1617. And so if I were Isaac Oliver, I could, in my English persona, I could travel to London and I could go and see Shakespeare's plays as directed by Shakespeare, hot off the folio, so to speak. And I could meet Shakespeare, who in my book is the most extraordinary creative artist in any medium whom I have come across. So that would be my first reason for being reincarnated as Isaac Oliver back in the late 16th century. Reason number 2 is that I would, again, using his shoes, so to speak, I would take myself off on a grand tour, and I would go to, well, I'm sure you know where I would go. I would go through France, across the Alps, into Italy, and I would go to Rome, where I would meet Caravaggio. I'd go carefully, of course, and I wouldn't ask him if he wanted his artichokes cooked in olive oil or butter, because anyone who's read my book about Caravaggio knows what happens to anyone who asks that. But I would certainly try to get a little peek inside his workshop. And perhaps, if I had enough money, or, I could offer him a really beautiful Milanese sword of the finest workmanship, he might even perhaps let me see him painting a picture. So that's how I'd come back as Isaac Oliver, but only to meet Shakespeare and his great contemporary Caravaggio. Keep the questions coming. It's quite a fun game trying to answer them.